really had a straight up fight just yet. Rio dives in once again. There's the barrage. There's the, oh my goodness, yeah, EMP straight on top of Nero. I'm not sure it mattered all too much though. I say EMP, actually that wasn't EMP because Spark didn't come somewhere. I don't know what I'm talking about. He fell out of the air though. Not entirely sure how that happened, but he got the barrage off and he got a kill. That's what's important. Card end up now just falling over. That should just be a recap here. Well, a recap, just a cap for the charge. But then Spark now sitting on a Blizzard.
They've got everything they want here. Blizzard.
What?
Okay.
Where did that Blizzard go? What do you... you Blizzard the stairs. I think he expected Krong and Rio to stay around there a little bit longer. Rio actually got pushed off the map. And Bebe is also down. Godsby peppering the back line, but there's a Matrix right in front of you, so he's not going to be able to do too much damage. He does end up sticking the D.Va, but the rest of his team are already just going to pay for this. Rhea did go down fairly early. Another barrage for Nero in the front line. Gushue ends up falling. Rhea finds a little bit of revenge, killing Eileen off, but the resurrection comes through. Got a big hit scan threat to take him out in the air. Got to be still on the Tracer, and now Charge. One fight territory for them. IDK may have the beat here. That's the only ult they have actually got to use.
Yeah, I mean, it's all they have. They might have to use it aggressively. But they get EMP'd first. He gets hit by it. That's almost it.
Yeah, this is it. This should be just done. Gushue and Bazzi end up going down. IDK can beat himself in for sure, but he's only going to land on 4. Godsby nearing a pulse bomb. Shu ends up going down. A lot less healing now for the charge, but Neptuno still high in the skies. Krong sends out the bomb. Enough time now for Neptuno to find the res, and Neptuno helping Nero. Damage boosting that barrage straight on top of the support's heads. And there we go, Charge trolling the point. Spark forced off any moment now. As soon as they kill Godsby, the round should be all over. That's 1 point on the board for Charge already.
That's a game of momentum there. You saw Hangzhou.
Good positioning from Charge though. Able to rush back to the point rather quickly. Nice little boot there. Almost sent 2 flying off into the lake. But Spark have managed to make their way over the bridge. Nice couple of headshots onto Rio though. Spark now marching on forward. If they just keep Gushue alive, they should be fine to put themselves on point. Godsby's now going to round up the rest of Charge. The closer they get to Gushue, the more damage they're going to receive from Godsby's Hellfire shotguns. Nero ends up going down, Krong to fall as well. And Spark once again find the first cap. Safety, Coalescence to start off. Godsby going fairly low, has to keep himself alive. Shift not being used just yet. Rhea gets caught off on the sidelines. Eileen quickly dispatches him. Now Charge slowly but surely making their way towards the point. Wall is going to isolate Rio though in the side. He goes golden, hides behind the wall as well. Only just getting killed off in the end by Godsby. They do trade kills as Bazzi does end up going down as well. But the Blizzard should seal the deal. No one can move now, no one can play Overwatch, and that should be it. 50% and counting now as well. Spark looking good in terms of capacity they're playing. They don't want to get caught behind this pillar. I say that. There's a wall crate behind them. Beautiful flux though to bring up Freeze into the air, just gives them a little bit more time to play with. Blizzard can still come out, but Nero is going to go down through the shields. Bebe is going out to kill him off. That'll be a boot onto Eileen as well. That beat forward, a little bit questionable, I must say, as there was only 2 people left, but 95% of building is what it is. You've got a couple of ults to really work with now. Charge are going to be trickling onto the point if they can even make it back. 98, 99, there's the OT. Someone did manage to touch. Krong is still on the side. Eileen and Nero are going to be able to come back in, but Krong doesn't quite make that line. He's now going to find himself in amongst the rest of the team. Problem is though, Krong got walled off. Frozen up, instantly killed, and now Eileen has to get back to the rest of his team as that Coalescence is just destroying everybody through the shields. Ice block pot fairly late on for Nero. Is going to be able to survive for a little bit longer here as the Coalescence coming through for Shu as well, but the point does get flipped by Spark, and the kills are coming through. IDK and Godsby just cleaning everybody up.
Something to note here early on.
Playing more passive, Shu follows that up with the Coalescence, forcing everybody back, and that'll be Charge. Finding the cap potentially, but Spark's still in this. They still want to go. Using the beat forward to help Godsby gain position. There's going to be a big Blossom in the front line, taking care of Eileen. Does get frozen off and not killed off just yet. Spark are coming back in this somehow, as the beat from Charge is going to save them from the flux for the time being. They do find the flip in the end, as Neptuno actually gets stunned out of his beat. Only just though, as the Charge eventually get pushed off in the end. Spark finally regaining control.
IDK with another really interesting beat. IDK doing a good job of charging his beat though. It's one of my favorite Lucios.
You got to look for a miracle wall here, that's going to be it. Nice halt, nice flux. Everybody's a little bit more hidden though, around the side. Charge permanently have to touch the point now. Godsby does end up going down. Yeah, wrong side of the team there, unfortunately. Big Blizzard as well, like you said. Almost an unlosable team fight there for the Charge, as Spark didn't really have too much in the bank in terms of rattling through as well, but a counter coalescence from the Spark a little bit later, but it shouldn't matter at all. Eileen in the back line though, kills off IDK, good start, but even better one now for the Spark as they take out one of the DPS. They can just corral around Nero now. It should be an easy fight win, but Rhea gets called off in the front line, Guangzhou the same. That Rio once again putting down that supercharge to secure the fight, and now only 10% for the Spark to touch.
Yeah, he was 15% ahead of Guangzhou on the supercharger, so when they open with battling Coles, Rio's able to get there and drops it immediately. All that extra damage comes out. Good spot here. IDK, they tried to go for the beat there, desperation. But
well, he does get the touch, and OT is going to be there, but frozen off the point, booped away, and the Charge end up taking their first map. Still playing in the main though, which is kind of concerning. You can see the instant dive into Bebe though, as Nero just landed direct. Nano boost onto him as well, and Godsby's not going to stand a chance. Nero is going to get walled off, however. A beautiful, beautiful wall coming through from Bazzi to make sure he gets out alive, and him killing off Shu as well is just icing on the cake for the Spark. EMP is available for Charge, as well as there's 6 people now just bundling onto the payload, as they did kill off Bebe fairly early on. His target prioritization was just absolutely coming through from Guangzhou. Should be quite easy taken care of, but for some ungodly reason, Bazzi manages to take out Neptuno in the skies. Damage boost headshot. There's being Blizzard on the sidelines as well for Bazzi to make sure that Shu can't do anything, but a beautiful sleep with a bar grenade to follow up. 10 seconds down remains for the Charge. Barrage and EMP available. They need to be able to get onto the point. Point presence not quite there just yet, but Spark still hiding on their ults. I want to know where Bebe is right now. There he is, Barrage. As soon as I said it, kind of jinxed him a little bit. EMP on top as well, cancelling the flux. This should be it. Point cap is going to be here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, moving on to second. It took them a while, and it took them almost all of their ults. Oh, Bebe. Oh, please get away. A couple of nice little shots there onto Nero, stops him in his tracks. That's a big rush from the back. Yep, can't eat all that, unfortunately. Double kill for the Farah. Easy as that. You see Rhea just try and eat it up, but he didn't manage to succeed. Both you can EMP as well. Doesn't manage to find the Mercy, unfortunately, but the tanks in the front line are going to get packed up by Lee with EMP now. Can come in at any moment. He just needs to hit that back line. Maybe an IDK going to get hit. I say back line, I say 6, in fact. That'll do. Charge hitting the 6-man EMP, and now capping the second point as well. Point 1 in OT, might as well make it a second. 1 minute and 30 seconds now to move. That supercharge is going to be pretty important, but the beat from IDK is going to launch everybody forward from the Spark. No worries now. They don't need to worry about HP bars. They got 600 plus. Godsby finds 2. The freeze is going to be there, but Bazzi is really all alone and just dealing with the rest of the back line for Charge. There's no way they're going to be able to finish up this one. Godsby finding the stick. See you later. Alligator, Shu gonna fall, and this should just be it. OT now ticking down. Rhea's gonna be finding himself back on the point, using those over shields to good use, but it's gonna get frozen up by Bazzi. And there you go, that's all she wrote. Round number 1 complete as Charge. They get to third point almost. Finding in, he will use it. He is going to get nanoed as well, so he's way more difficult to kill than he was before. Barrage on top of the D.Va. Matrix runs out. Insta-kill onto Rhea. Bazzi goes down as well. Charge with a good start on the defense, burning down the time bank of the Spark. However, Shu does take a fist to the face as IDK does end up taking him out in the back, but it shouldn't be a lost fight. If you lose this right now, and IDK, you know, 5k,
it's really hard to actually get final blows. He's going after the Winston. It has to just stick him there, but finals out.
Far more instantly. Beat's going to come through. EMP landed. Problem is, the beat came through as well. IDK a good job of navigating around that. Self-destruction the backline, killing off Shu, and now Neptuno falling as well. No support available. Charge are crumbling away. The one tool that they needed, what was it? It was the EMP, but the problem is IDK was waiting.
Maybe that's why we're seeing the constant tracer pick here.
Oh man, that's a big cap, but that's a big bait even. Oh my goodness, both tanks chasing after Godsby, but in the back you can see Nero coming out with a big barrage. If it was a bait, a reverse bait all along, they baited the bait. EMP came out on the tanks as they jumped on Godsby, who was disrupting the back line, trying to knock people off. And now the payload in contention with 15 seconds remaining for the Spark. IDK still holding on to the beat, refusing to use it, waiting for the CMP to come out, but it's going to be too little too late. He comes out with the beat, hits 3, but Nero is already killed off 3 people in this fight already. And now it's desperation time for the Spark as the Charge could go 2-0 up in this series if they can just finally finish Bebe using the Coalescence. The EMP comes through. This should just be it. Charge moving forward. Goosewave may have found a kill, but OT is here, and the pressure has just been piled on. Neptuno coming out in the Valk as well. A hack onto Goosewave. He is just now living ult Charge, dying on the point. OT digging through. There'll be one last ditch attempt by Bazzi to touch the point, but OT should just trickle away from this point. Charge just holding on to that EMP for so long and forcing Shu into the worst IDK, so like an inch away from dying. Like you said, they're trying to get the EMP in. Transcend that's been used by Bebe is a very, very bad sign for the Spark, and now Eileen can just basically set up. Bebe's still not going to want to get caught with this. There's the EMP. It does hit 2, but it's only the tanks. They're going to be able to survive for the time being. Another bio grenade lands on the back for Spark, but quickly killed off is Eileen even, and Rio. Make that a triple for Godsby. Thank you very much, Shu. And Neptuno as well. Godsby on the Hangzhou. Did we doubt him, Hex? Yes, we did. Should we now? No, we shouldn't. Eileen, 20% on the EMP. Now they have to rely on Nero's barrage. Supercharger coming out for Gooseway. Rio jumped in the back, but Immortality Field saved him. The Dragon Strike actually on the exiting members of Charge. Nero's found himself in the barrage in the back. IDK ends up going down, but Bebe with a quick couple of orbs to the face ends up taking out Gooseway, and now only a couple of seconds remain. There will be a tick coming through for the Charge as the Resurrection did land on Nero, but there is still point presence for the Spark. Rio gets hacked out of his flux as there is still a mate on the field. Godsby once again clicking on heads, taking out Nero. There's a lot of members of Charge now on the point. It's going to be a miracle if Spark can get back on. Godsby's going to have to click a couple more. Bazzi does end up falling, and that may be it as Krong with the self-destruct and even Rio with the Primal Rage is going to instantly kill off anybody in their path. They eventually cap the point, but once again, Charge on just in time. 6 players hit. Godsby gets hacked as they do get back onto the point. Counter B comes through for the Charge. Self-destruct high in the sky. They got to go remove those shields, or at least remove their bodies. They do just that as IDK does chase Krong off the map as the EMP does come through from Bazzi as well. That should just be all said and done. A late EMP from Eileen as Godsby, IDK and Bazzi clean up the rest. The Charge now last-ditch attempt to try and touch the payload as the time ticks down. 4 seconds now, 3 is Krong coming back on the ball. He's got to get body blocked, and if he even got there, he would have gotten booped just before second point. He does get close to the point. Bazzi can basically just hack him out of the skies. Now Godsby almost sitting on a pulse bomb too, can almost spawn cap, and it does look like they're not even going to touch. I say that, 96%. They do manage to get back on the point on time. Godsby with the pulse manages to snipe Rhea out of the skies. Pulse bomb does miss, but support goes down regardless. Tracer Hangzhou, doesn't matter what Godsby plays, he's going to be good at it. Shu falling, and now Bebe does get traded out, but Spark still with a man advantage on points. However, I cannot see anything. Get that one instantly used. Oh my goodness, Eileen built it up straight in the fight, but the beat is going to come from IDK once again. IDK has just been such a clutch Lucio player, and that's what you really need from your support in the backs. Gooseway finds 2 in Nero and Shu. This is going to be it. Beautiful counter engage, from Bazzi. EMP on top of EMP, but the beat came out from IDK a little bit sooner, and Charge. Counting down, 2 minutes remain. Eileen dies, EMP still available, and now this is it. Nero in the back line does find the barrage. He kills off Rhea, but is it going to be enough? Godsby takes out Shu as well. Rio almost manages to get away. Oh my goodness, IDK. Nero does find 2, but the car is still being contested, and now he doesn't have Neptuno to back him up. He is so low, trying to keep himself alive. 17 HP, almost nearing the death zone, but Godsby finishes him up. Eileen's going to come back with the EMP, and it's going to have to be the clutch factor. IDK doesn't have the beat to back him up with it, but Bazzi ends up taking down Neptuno. Spark are now just bleeding out the Charge. The EMP finally lands. Gooseway and Rhea in a little bit of a rough situation on the payload. Luckily for Charge, the spawn points are so close to them. IDK is going to get hacked as well if he's not careful. Almost manages to escape, just ascends himself down. The Coalescence doing next to nothing, trying to get the damage through. Now the Charge is sitting on the payload, looking for the picks. Gushwei's going to be the first to fall, but Nero gets booped off by Bazzi somehow. An EMP lands on the payload, and his self-destruct is big. Rio ends up going down, and Spark have found their way back into this game. Somehow, some way they've done it. The beat has come through from Charge, though, and they just need to focus their fire onto at least one target in the front. Coalescence from Baby's coming up soon. Eileen gets booped away as he tries to go for the big Death Blossom, but still, Spark holding on to this fight. Another beat's gonna have to come out soon as that Blizzard is just freezing everybody up on the payload. Even another Coalescence. How are they still alive? How is this fight still going? There has been about 16 million deaths at this point, but still, the Charge are fighting on. Spark eventually wiping them off the map as Nero and Krong end up going down. It is now the ball to kill off, and as well as the supports, the fight is finally whittling the way down. There we go, Bazzi with a second EMP, 2 beats, 2 coals, 2 pulses. So many ults thrown into that fight. Spark can't really see it. It was a very good immortality field for the time being on IDK. Just get dragged off the map though. Bebe is going to go down. That's what I was talking about. Discord Orb and Happy dispatching him in the back line. And now Happy is just sitting there hunting. 2 supports almost added to his kill list. The melee does end up missing, and he gets shot in the side by Godspeed. Godspeed finds 3 kills in this fight already, and now the Spark is sitting themselves on the point. That's really what you want from your Hangzhou, to deal with the Tracer in the back. Krong's going to find a good kill onto Rhea, and there's the Blizzard like I was talking about. Double Blizzard, in fact, as Bazzi also throws his one in, but problem was, Charge are on the high ground, and no one is really frozen up at all. 1 minute now remains for the Spark to try and find them huge fluxes, but the problem is that Transcendence just made sure they stayed alive throughout the entirety of that. Rio ends up going down as well, as now they do find the kill onto Bazzi. The issue is, Krong is out in the open. Pulse Bomb is gonna land on him at some point if he's not, sorry, not Pulse Bomb, sorry, the arrows are gonna land straight and true if he's not careful. Godsby ends up finishing him off, and that'll be the point capped for us. Yeah, they're kind of, okay, that Dragon's a little bit waylaid. Blizzard though in that room, oh my goodness, that was aggressive. They knew exactly where they were, they're gonna wall themselves off, but the problem is they're still frozen up. Nero ends up going down, Kron ends up unfortunately ending his own life with those spheres, and now they move themselves onto the point. 2 minutes remains for the Spark, and Charge are gonna need to do something. Nero with the Blizzard's gonna be able to spawn soon, but it might not be enough. There's the Dix, there we go, 2 minutes for Spark. Charge just got ran over before they can even really do anything. Beautiful flank.
95, yeah.
Nano boost on the fire too, just throw everything in.
But, you know, the Spark are doing a good job of being pretty split up.
Oh, beautiful boop. Can they actually execute the kill? There's a shield. Oh no. He didn't quite get it off. Yeah, Gushwei and Rhea, they do end up going down. Resurrection does get interrupted, so we won't see Nero for at least a little while, but Happy holding onto the EMP is going to be important. Blizzard on the point, that's what we were talking about earlier. Boom or bust. This time, unfortunately, it's going to be a boom. And the rest of your health bar is going to disappear as well.
I mean,
IDK is going to go down, Bazzi falls, and that will be it. Point captured, Happy with the EMP.
Blossom quicker? Mines are in.
Mines are in. Usually got a manual attack as well. Self-destruct in the back. Bene actually gets killed. He gets booped off the edge by Rio. This is going to be Nero with the Nano. IDK so close to a beat, but he gets taken out by Neptuno. Still Happy holding on to the EMP. Extremely good push from Charge onto Vanilla at this point. The EMP does eventually come out, and that'll be the rest of Spark falling. A nice little cap will do it as soon as they kill off Gushwei. Godspeed does end up going down. Neptuno to follow. Gushwei eventually gets picked on up. This will just be a stalling now for the Spark. The beat from IDK, a little bit late. They do it pretty low. Like you said, fast heroes now, that's what they need. Oh, Born in the back, he has got shields remaining. Unfortunately, Gushwei getting chucked out so much. Discord Orb wasn't on him, so Happy wasn't able to finish the kill, but he has got Pulse Bomb built on up. Nero already find the first kill. Bazzi with a nice hack, the rest of the team is falling around him. Pulse Bomb stuck. Goodbye, IDK. Rhea goes down as well. That should be it. Spark aren't going to be able to find a single tick. Krong with a victory flux as well at the end. They've even got a Transcendence to fall back on. Kind of almost an anti-climax. EMP is going to come out soon. They're setting up for it. Nano onto the far, instant barrage, instant kill into Gushwei. Oh, the ice block, May! Oh, Bazzi dies! There was no way he was going to escape from that one. They've been going to save the EMP almost. Nero Happy, the kill feed just lighting up white. 33% is all that they needed. And with a blink of an eye, Charge are going to end the series.